Villa 4-0 Everton. Leon Bailey shines in Villa win as Dominic Calvert-Lewin forced off with facial injury. Match report and free highlights is John McGinn, Luiz. Leon Bailey and Jhon Duran score to give Aston Villa 4-0 victory over poor Everton. Dominic Calvert-Lewin forced off with facial injury before halftime. A Leon Bailey-inspired Aston Villa bounced back from their opening weekend thrashing by Newcastle with a 4-0 win over Everton, who saw Dominic Calvert-Lewin forced off with another injury. Villa put sorry Everton to the sword with a dominating first-half performance, putting them in full control. They needed only 18 minutes to open the scoring, when Bailey's pullback was turned home from close range by John McGinn. Jordan Pickford's clumsy foul on Ollie Watkins soon allowed Villa to add a second from 12 yards through Luiz, who took over penalty duties from the striker to net his first spot kick for the club. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's long-awaited comeback from his latest injury absence lasted only 35 minutes as Everton's start went from bad to worse, with the England forward unable to carry on after an earlier blow to the face. "He's got a knock on his cheekbone, so we're waiting for that," Sean Dyche later told Sky Sports. "He had a bit of blurred vision too, so in the end we had to make a call on it." Bailey turned from provider to scorer 6 minutes after halftime from a calamity at the back, as Michael Keane's weak interception from a Villa throw fell for him to finish easily past Pickford. Everton's defending for the hosts' fourth was even worse. Ashley Young's dreadful throw-in acted as the perfect pass for substitute Jhon Duran, who could not believe his luck to net his first Villa goal 47 seconds after coming on. You can set a team up and have decent players on paper, but when they go out and perform like this, what can you do? "It's just appalling, it's disgraceful defending," said Sky Sports' Andy Hinchcliffe, with Everton now guaranteed to end the day bottom of the Premier League for the first time since October 2010. How Aston Villa returned to form in style. A high-tempo start at both ends offered little indication of what was to follow at Villa Park, with Everton looking to build on their performance more than the result against Fulham 8 days earlier. But once the hosts, themselves looking to bounce back from a 5-1 hammering at St James Park, took an early lead, the wheels soon came off. Moussa Diaby set Bailey away in the area, and his pullback from the byline was bundled home by Villa captain McGinn. Within minutes, what at first appeared a narrow escape when a Watkins effort was cleared off the line by Nathan Patterson was instead penalised with a penalty when Anthony Taylor spotted Pickford had clattered into the Villa forward. Watkins would previously have stepped up to take the spot kick himself, but, after missing 2 of his 5 penalties in a Villa shirt, handed the responsibility over to Luiz, who repaid Unai Emery's faith from 12 yards. Everton were dealt another blow when Calvert-Lewin was unable to shake off an earlier collision with Emiliano Martinez and, sporting a swollen cheek, was substituted early on in his latest comeback. Arnaut Danjuma tried hard as his replacement and tested Martinez in first-half added time, but Everton's green shoots of recovery were short-lived. A routine throw-in move should have been cleared by Keane 6 minutes into the second period, but his poor kick was the perfect invitation for Bailey, who did not pass up the opportunity to score with a smart finish. Everton continued to act as masters of their own downfall in a notably un-Dyche-like display, with Villa's fourth condemning the Toffees to the biggest defeat of his Goodison Park reign. Young's inexplicable defensive throw, straight to Duran, was turned home by the 19-year-old less than a minute after coming on to round up victory. The manner of their latest defeat leaves Everton bottom of the league and already turns up the pressure on their next 2 league games, against Wolves and Sheffield United, less than a month into the season. Dyche, no excuses, we were miles off it. Everton manager Sean Dyche told Sky Sports. They were better in all departments. Overall, the sharpness, the edge that's important in a performance, particularly them scoring goals, driving into the box, looking a lot more alive than we were defensively. Miles off it today. It's a strange one because we were really on it last weekend. We've got to find consistency. I used that word constantly last season, week to week, and in our performance. That was badly lacking today. The learning I've had from the last couple of seasons is good 1 week, miles off it the next week. We've got to find consistency. We find it through the training ground, but we've got to put it into performances. There's no excuses today, they were miles better than us. FPL stats: Aston Villa vs Everton. Goals: McGinn, Luiz, Bailey, Duran. Assists: Bailey, Watkins, Digne. Bonus points: Bailey 3. Digne 2, Duran 2, Martinez 2, McGinn 2. Emery hails amazing response to Newcastle defeat. The response was really amazing. We controlled the game, we were strong defensively, and we deserved to win. I'm very happy. On Philippe Coutinho's late injury, I think it's not serious. I think maybe it's muscular, but I think it's not going to be big injury. Hopefully it's just small, because the first test with the doctor is hamstring. Of course it's not good news when someone is injured. I think Coutinho in 2 or 3 weeks is going to be available again. What's next? Aston Villa's next game is away to Hibernian in the first leg of their Europa Conference League qualifying playoff round tie on Wednesday kickoff 5:45 p.m. Unai Emery's side then travel to Burnley in the Premier League on Sunday, kickoff 2 p.m. Everton are next in action on Saturday when they host Wolves in the Premier League, kickoff 3 p.m. The Toffees then travel to Doncaster in the Carabao Cup on Wednesday, August 30th, kickoff 8 p.m. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.